TarotOnDex, and I do this from the heart, from the soul, from the streets. So if you think I'm here to play around with you, you leave now. If you decide to stay, that means you'll allow me in your energy, as is my intent, to create conditions that promote health, wealth, and abundance. So let's get started, because you know we dominate these time constraints. And let's see what the most important message, especially from today, like from the past 24 hours, like, well, that was easy. It came right on out, didn't it? Disability and immorality. What's at the bottom? Self-atonement. Disability and immorality. This motherfucking card, though, because I can remember the figure on the card, it's been coming up a lot. And it came out with perception of unity. Energetically, to me, it feels like today was a lot about not looking like it, but actually being it. They're showing me a pencil, and like a pencil that somebody been writing with versus a brand new sharpened pencil. And they're talking about how it's easy to look the part and very difficult to be the part. And I feel like a lot about today was the like initiatory process, or like the beginning filling in an application, or they're showing me a sharpened pencil again, like this beginning process of you doing more than just looking the part, of you doing more than looking like you got it together, of you actually like sewing up, like having it sewn up. You know, in the hood, you know, we got it sewed up. That's what I'm tapped into. Divine forgiveness. Um, Forgiving yourself for all of the times that you, even now, forgiving yourself for when you know to do but you don't. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. I got a little cloth I'm looking for that I use sometimes to wipe this screen off when it looks a little cloudy to me. Here it is. And I just want to wipe this little screen off a little bit. I think that looks better. Okay, let's get some tarot on this. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides. Queen of Wands, yeah. You finna really be it. You know, you're not just gonna look like you got money, nigga. You finna be like a financially literate individual, right? Like, you're not just gonna look healthy and fit. You're finna get, you know, in regards to your diet or your vitamins or your exercise plan. It's not just looking like it's all together, but really sewing it together in the ways that you see fit. I like the energy. Right? You know how they say fake it till you make it? You know what I'm saying? Like playing a role, or like being a part of something, like playing a part of something is working. It's building a lot of momentum. And now, like the loose ends, you know, you make a rough draft and then you go back and you refine the rough draft. It feels like you're going through the part where you're refining the rough draft. I mean, proverbially in your life. And today was a lot about that, like, you know, deep cleaning or something like that. Not just surface level, but really deep. Man, this motherfucking judgment card been coming up a lot. I'm excited for you. I'm excited that a lot of the things that you know are self-imposed bondage, you're choosing to walk away from. Eight of Wands energy is out with the judgment card. And I really feel like perpetually you're going to feel like, what took me so long to leave that shit alone? What took me so long to leave that person alone? What took me so long to leave that place? What took me so long to leave those ideas, that way of speaking? You're going to wonder what took you so long. But I like this. It's just the beginning. But it's like, you know, making moves toward purchasing a home. Really, 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 you know, becoming more stable inside of who you are. Ace of Wands energy with the Eight of Wands is 9 Wands. I put 2 labels on my back and start walking. That makes me feel like there's enough evidence. There's enough experience with what you've been trying and it hasn't worked out to let you know it's time to try something new. It's like you can see you're crazy. I knew self-imposed bondage was showing up, right, with the judgment card, self-imposed bondage, or judgment card, devil card, right? It's like you can see you're crazy, and it's like when you recognize and realize that you're not crazy, it might be more like a lazy, or it could be executive dysfunction or self-sabotage, whatever it is, because all of those terms can mean the same thing. You're identifying that spirit almost, and then developing the willpower and the processes necessary to work through it. This is what I'm tapped into. Ace of Pentacles energy. I like it. I like when the cards just line up. You know, this was fucking me up. You see the devil card? Look, judgment card, devil card. Oh my God, these behaviors are not really giving me the lifestyle that I want. This chasing and pursuit, you see he driving a bus, right? The pursuit of these things, self-imposed bondage, is creating lifestyle a lifestyle that you didn't really appreciate leading. Look, the hangman energy is out here. Okay, let me do the work. I realize that I can do the work. It's not easy to just say quit something cold start turkey, but you doing the work is paying off. What I see is faking it till you make it, and then I see somebody who made a rough draft, and like the rough draft got them in the door, and now I feel like you going back and you refining that vision that you had of yourself, or that vision that you have of your home, or that vision that you have of your lifestyle, of your family, of your career. There's a refinement that's happening out here. Okay, oh, I need to do that better. High Priestess, an intimate connection with the divine that you're ready to implement, that you're ready to act upon. That's what this feels like. I like this. I like this a lot. I do feel like it's like painting the 16th chapel, right? Like this is a heavy undertaking, or this is a large undertaking, and it could be like you know, your life's work, right? What his name is, Michelangelo, who wrote who painted the 16th chapel. Either way it goes, like your life's work and how your life will be known and remembered. But I feel like you're gonna really release yourself from a lot of self-imposed bondage, and from that position you can really create whatever it is that you desire. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Emperor card. I need one more card on this. Knight of Pentacles with the Six of Cups. The biggest impediment that you're facing, and I think a lot about today taught you this, was that like laziness, procrastination, like lack of willpower, and all of the things that can fit under those umbrellas. When you know what you need to do, but even you can't make you do it, and how you need to develop methods and processes to be able to work through it. This is what I'm tapped into. The Death card. Major transformations, right? Really intentionally understanding the caterpillar things. You know how I say the Death card, right? Doing away with caterpillar things so that you can embody your butterfly wings, right? This is taking stock of the caterpillar things. Like, oh, okay, so when I do that, it makes me tired. Or when I eat like that, it makes me lethargic. Or all of these things, right? When I spend my money over here, my resources are depleted over there, right? You're going through these kind of like accountings or budgeting in order to build something new. I like it. Blueprints could be a word. The letter B. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something to them. Thank y'all so much for tapping in and tuning in and turning up. I appreciate your time. Your time is a very precious resource. Something that you don't easily get back. So every moment that we exchange with one another, I want you to know that I appreciate you. I hope I'm saying something that helps. If you haven't already, leave a like. Go ahead, subscribe, and share this with somebody who needs this type of shit. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that we should see us walk the highest path out here for the greatest good. What can we do differently tomorrow to have a better experience, okay? Let's get some cards. Angels, liberation. It says fanatical belief and hypocrisy. So you're being liberated, and then this says ignorance. And then the back says spiritual communication. So like what you can do differently tomorrow is like give yourself the tools. Give yourself the processes. Like it's a lot of energy that's been coming out lately about like what you say you don't know how to do. And almost like you're not realizing that you live in an information age. And at the touch of your fingertips, you can find instructions and directions, and what is it called when you cooking something? What is it called? The instructions of cooking? Can't think of it. Recipes. That's the word I was looking for. You can find instructions, directions, and recipe at the touch of your finger. So what you can do differently tomorrow is to liberate yourself from ignorance. Okay, you don't know how. How can you find out what you need to know? You don't know how. Cool. Nobody's blaming you for that. But not finding out how, now that's your energy, okay? 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, what's at the bottom of the deck? Obedience. And I feel like this is also something that Spirit has been talking to you about. Like, go get that therapy. Ask Chat GPT how to start your business. Go ahead and update that website. Go ahead and respond to those emails. Like, I really feel like Spirit has already been on your ass about this. Liberation from ignorance, okay? Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. What is the most important message in regards to what we can do differently tomorrow to have a better experience? Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides. that we should see as the highest path out here for the greatest good. Nine of Swords. One thing that I know about worry, because this is worrying, right? Being tormented. Worrying and being tormented could be like the mental thing is worrying. The spiritual aspect of worrying is being tormented, right? And so the thing that alleviates and like heals or brings relief from those tormenting thoughts is a plan of action. So if I was worried about money and I was like, oh my God, da, 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 da. But I know that during the past 8 hours, or the past 12 hours, whatever, I did something, at least one thing to improve my financial situation, right? Then I would be less tormented. Yes. And so a lot of times the healing, the alleviation, the relief, right, from this tormenting spirit is a plan. A solution, like doing, even if it seems small and insignificant. You could have done something like wrote something down in your journal, taken some notes, looked something up on the internet, but it will relieve you. High priestess energies out here with the Nine of Swords, because you say, oh, okay, at least I know what I can do. And if you've gone farther than knowing what you can do, you say, at least I'm doing something about it, right? Get rich or die trying. This is what I'm tapped into. Ace of Cups energy is out here. And then press down, shaking together, and running over. It's like once you understand the formula, you input the numbers or you input the digits, and you can come out with the answer. You can come out with the result. You can have the solution. This is what I'm tapped into. But some of y'all not inputting the formula. It's like, or even going through the legwork. Magician card energy is out here in order to discover the formula. The Magician card is out here with the Nine of Wands, and now we got a 9-9 angel number. So it's like if it's like sitting on a tack. Okay, can I elaborate? Give me a second before you scroll. Because if you sit on attack, your immediate reaction is going to be to jump up and even look around to see what the fuck just stuck you in your ass, right? But it's like if this is like sitting on attack in your life proverbially, but not getting up to see what the fuck it is, right? Like, why am I depressed, or why am I sad, or why can't I seem to keep up with my housework, or why can't I keep up with my finances, right? If it was sitting on attack, if it was a physical sharp jerk, you will immediately look for the source of that pain, and then you would create solutions around solving that pain, right? But because it's this ethereal thing, it's not something that's like a person that you can touch or feel. You kind of just sit on attack. This is what I'm tapped into. But heavy on you could do something about it. Heavy on you could do something about it. And a lot of times, the work that needs to be done about it is, my uncle used to say it like that. A lot of times the work that needs to be done about it is more mental and emotional, willpower and drive than it is physical labor, right? You will sit there in a state of depression or anxiety, and that fucking filter fill up around you, right? But then when you get out of that, let's say you're going to a manic state, and all of a sudden you feel like, oh, I'm about to clean up everything. It really wasn't that hard to do, to get everything in order and to clean everything up. It was just that mind state and that emotional state, that you have to break through, because it's like the energy that I'm feeling is like, sometimes you can't tell yourself no. Sometimes you can't tell yourself go. And you're working through that. Like, you're developing automated processes. Can I say that? Because it gives kind of like AI or something like that. But it feels like automated processes for when these energies present themselves. That'll make it so much easier for you to follow through or work through. Be persistent, right? Have that willpower that you need to relieve yourself. 9-9 angel number of this tormenting. Okay, and it's also 9-9 angel number, independent, self-assured, confidence. Nobody can do it for you but you, right? I could lead you to water, and I could put a clean, pristine source of water in front of you, but if you don't drink it, then it won't purify you in the ways that you need it to. 7 of Wands energy is out here. Grab your torch and pitchforks. 7 of Wands is a whole bunch of people telling you that you can't do it. Some of you live in places that are really energetically inundated is the word, with all kind of sorcery and witchcraft coming from all different sides of the board, and you have a lot of people don't even realize it, don't even recognize that narrative, that anxiety, that depression, those recurring thoughts don't even kind of generate from within them. They're coming from the world around you, because you could be all right when you're in your house, but then when you get up and you go outside, let's say you drive down the street and you pass by the hood store, all of a sudden you're like, man, I hope that shit ain't even coming from inside of you, and you haven't even recognized and realized that shit regional. It's all in that type of thing. So King of Swords with the 4 Wands. I like the energy because it feels like, at least emotionally and mentally, you understand that there is attack. right? And that attack is sending sharp signals through you, right? Even though it might not be physical. And with that, you can develop solutions, right? You can turn around and see what the fuck you sitting on, right? And remove that sharp thing. Two of Pentacles with the Six of Cups. The biggest obstacle that you're facing is like you keep doing the same thing over and over, right? If I said what's 6 plus 4 and you said 9 and I said no, and then I asked you again, I said what's 6 plus 4 and you said 9 and I said no, why the fuck would you keep saying 9? You can say 4, and I'd be like, okay, at least you know it's not 9, right? But you keep saying 9, and you know that that's not the answer because you've already gotten it wrong. Like, you keep trying the same thing. 6 plus 4 is 10, right? High Priestess energy. And I also feel like there's a lot of foresight, insight, King of Swords, High Priestess, Magician, a lot of Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Nine of Swords energy is out here about what the fuck to do. Like scholastically, what the fuck kind of word is that? Like scholastically, you know exactly what to do. But like willpower, discipline, like executive dysfunction takes over you. That's what's on this fucking board. Like in regards to like scholarship or like having the answer, you know what the fuck to do. But like making yourself go up there and do it, that's where you struggle. So what you can do differently tomorrow is liberate yourself from this ignorance. Really, really understand like where the problem lies, because it's not like in the fact that you're stupid. It's just that sometimes you lack discipline, and really developing discipline and focusing on discipline more. What is that? Discipline is like a sacral chakra energy, but the your Ace of Wands, Eight of Wands, and then the Strength card. So really, really, really doing the spiritual work that you need to do, mental and emotional work for that discipline and willpower to help you work through. Because in regards to that crown and that root, you got that shit down pat. That's what I'm tapped into. Liberate yourself from ignorance. Stop acting like you don't see what you need to do and be obedient to what Spirit is telling you. And chop. Because I feel like a lot of y'all be like, okay, I'm going to do it. And then it's 2 days later, 3 days later, and it's his shit. Chop. Okay, Queen of Pentacles energies out here. The Most High wants to give you what you're asking for. God wants to see the things that you want to see grow in your life, grow in your life. And there are results. Like God is saying, okay, I need you to do this. Throw that away. Get rid of this. Stop going over there. Okay, cut off that subscription. Whatever it is, but it feels like a lot of lollygagging around it. And it also feels like that lollygagging is spiritual. It's mentally, it's a lack of discipline, but it has a spiritual principality associated with it. So once you deal with that mental and spiritual aspect of it, the physical will fall in line. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps you know. Is it Sheena? I like to start throwing shit away. And I feel like that might sound crazy just to say it so blatantly, but when I feel overwhelmed and inundated, a lot of times we don't realize, like we see the physical, but we don't see the spiritual and mental. The things that we own us. It's a even exchange, and you have all of these energetic cords, because in the physical, okay, this is my thing to utilize, right? But in the spiritual, there's an etheric cord connected to everything that you feel possession and ownership over. This is how subtle magic works. That's how people could use something that was once yours, especially if you lost it and you didn't even realize, or they stole it and you like, that's still mine, right? They use that etheric cord that's connected to that physical option to gain access to your spirit and your mind. And so you have to realize that these things you have in your life have etheric cords that connect to you and they drain you. And if you feel overwhelmed, sometimes it's good to throw things away. It's also like understanding the rhythms, like the circadian rhythms of the world. So like it's winter time right now, right? And like the seasons are changing, it's getting a little colder outside, the leaves are falling off the trees, right? And so that is also a sign that you need to be letting shit go. Like, what is no longer serving? What is creating too much weight? What is stopping me from resting? And when you begin to pay attention to the rhythms, you'll really feel a lot more relief, right? It doesn't take away the power, but seeing a plan, right? Seeing a path forward, what they say, the light at the end of the tunnel, can be very powerful, right? Because clutter is energetic too. You know, clutter is, my spirit team on me about the TV. Like my spirit team is like, you know, so we're not talking about like having a bunch of Coke bottles on the table. We're talking about Okay, this should take too much of your energy. It take too much of your time. It take too much of your attention. You could be sitting up here reading with the boys or doing a puzzle or something like that, and you staring at this box. I took the TV down. I might have told y'all that, and it's just the amount of space that the TV takes up on this TV stand that I got is crazy. I had like books up there for a while. Then I had some guests come over, and we ended up plugging the TV back up. But it's just this, it's those types of things that can be cluttered too. And your spirit team is saying, I'm telling you exactly what to do, but you might not see how that could be beneficial in the long run to what you manifested, right? Me personally, I'm manifesting more money, getting paid to exist type of energy. So that could be distracting me from things and information that I could be cultivating. Not that I wouldn't have a laptop or a phone. It's just that those are just too many things distracting me from what I could be doing, right? The PlayStation, the DS, all of those things my spirit team been on my ass about. Okay. So how can we best prepare for the energy we're going to face tomorrow? Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides. It's coming. I'm ready too, because if I can feel the energy drain, right? I'm at a point in my spirituality where I can literally get, like when I unplugged it for that little short amount of time, and I felt better, I felt more motivated, I was, a little bit more present, if that makes sense. And then I plugged it back in, and I immediately felt like the children started arguing, and it was like they hadn't argued in a couple of days because they didn't have nothing to argue over. The game was unplugged. You know what I mean? It was just like immediately you could feel the difference. So how can we best prepare for what we're facing tomorrow? Thank y'all so much for tapping in, tuning in, and turning up. I appreciate your time. The Knight of Swords energies out here. What you're gonna have to do is watch your mouth. Like, you literally have to watch your mouth. Take your eyeballs out and flip around. No. I'm saying that, what words are you using? What script are you using? Are you saying stuff like, I'm always tired? Are you saying stuff like, I'm sick of this? Are you saying stuff like things that indicate a lack mentality, and whatever that lack mentality might represent for you? Your spirit team is saying, like, literally watch your mouth. Okay, pay attention to what you're saying, and especially when you're saying something sarcastically, or when you're saying it in a very absent-minded way. 4 of Wands energy is out here with the Ace of Wands. That's 5 Wands, because then the things that, it's like if your child comes up to you and says, Mama, come look at my game, or come look at my thing I'm building, my Legos. And you be like, oh, I'm so sick of this. Right? Like, you love your children, and you excited that they excited to show you their creations, but sometimes that shit happens subconsciously, or, it has nothing to do with the child. You just wanted to sit down on the couch for a while. They came as soon as they saw you sit down on the couch, and now you getting back up, right? And you gotta kind of track that. You gotta track the way you be saying shit, how you be saying shit, because, bruh, you have life and death in the power of your tongue. That's what's on this board. The Strength card energy is out here with the 7 of Wands. And it feel like your mouth is, like, you don't even realize, if you pay attention to your life and you go back over the things. Let's say you think about the things that you've said about other people. Take yourself out of the equation for a second, okay? Think about things that you might have wished on other people, or maybe you projected or prophesied was going to happen in other people's lives. And whether it was positive or negative, how many times has that shit happened? Now, okay, boom. Now, what do you be saying about yourself? Think about the times in your life when you prophesied or projected whatever it was, something over somebody else's life, and that fucking shit happened. That fucking shit happened. It might not have been the same day. It might have been the same day. Some of y'all might have been right when you said it. Now you think about what you be saying about yourself, baby. That's what's on this board. You got to choose better words. You got to choose better terms. You got to choose the words and the terms and the emotions that align with what you're manifesting and materializing at this time. You're very powerful. And that's so impressive to me. Like, energetically, the way it feels. But it also feels like you're scared of your power, or you disconnected from it in some way. That's what this feels like. 5 of Cups. Like, sometimes we go through love loss. We say ain't no love loss, whether it was romantic, platonic, it don't matter. And then that is the last person that gets a certain version of you. And they don't deserve to be. And whatever that was that you feel lost around, you have to go back and collect yourself. You have to go back. It's like PTSD. Go back to that version of yourself that got hurt and broken so badly that you don't even realize and recognize how in the past you are. Right, how in the past you are, so that you can be more present in what you're saying, and how what you say affects your day to day. That's what this feels like. 6 of Wands energy. Heavy Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Capacity is not something that I'm worried about with you. The physical aspect of the world, you will dominate. You would dominate that shit easily. Excuse me, if you got your mind and your emotions right. The physical aspects of the world, it would be easy peasy lemon squeezy for you if you got your fucking emotions right. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift? I always hope I'm saying something else. Temperance. I love you so much. I'm grateful for every opportunity that you give me to share this gift, and I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Yeah, the world needs that person. It's shit that's being hung up. It's a mechanism. If you think of the world as a mechanism, like a giant clock, right? When you're not spinning in your right orbit, so to say, then other aspects of the wheel doesn't turn. You know, if you've ever taken your children to a children's museum, you know, and they have that magnet wall with those gears, and you put the gears together and you spin it over here, and it makes that gear way up there turn, and it releases a lever, and something magical happens. You know, they have these type of, you know, exhibits at the museum. It's like that. I mean, literally, the world is just like that. When you are a particular gear, it doesn't matter how small the gear is, and you're not in your right position, spinning in the direction that you're supposed to spin in, the rest of the world is jammed up and hung up because of it. And until that's corrected, until you move into alignment, a lot of things don't flow in the way that they should. Even things connected to you and things that don't seem to be connected to you because it's so far removed. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. What's the sneak peek for tomorrow going to be like? Page of Cups energy is out here. It could be a lot of family, right? A child, like, more than anything, it feels like, you know, beware of people trying to put you back like you would, like, or treat you like a child or make you feel young. But it could be like young innocence, nostalgia. Maybe someone coming in and giving you an apology. But energetically, to me, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, it feels like, you know, I'm not a kid. I'm not a little girl anymore. I'm not a little boy anymore, right? I'm not yours to rep. You can't make me do it. It feels like somebody trying to, you know, it's like the idea of somebody who feels like they can command respect from you rather than earn it and or deserve it. And so people earn respect. People deserve respect. Even children deserve respect. And so no, don't let nobody make you feel like an age difference or like a title, like because that's your auntie or that's whoever the fuck it is. That shit. If a person don't deserve respect, what the fuck does any of those words have to do with anything? More than anything, what's coming out is a lot about words. Okay, people who are deserve respect treat other people with respect. It wouldn't matter what title is associated to your name. If you disrespectful, you expect to be disrespected. Correct? Whatever. Okay, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Eight of Wands coming out. Get that. How they came out together like that. Eight of Wands, Eight of Wands. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, you're going to look good tomorrow. You finna put that shit on, huh? I see exploration. I see, you know, associations and affiliations. They're showing me like fleets. Like everybody had the same car, but we all got a different colors. Or maybe it's a pink group and we all wear the same color, but she got a fast motorcycle. I got a G-Wagon. It's this type of energy. Eight of Wands energy. So a lot about, you know, showing off. A lot about being seen, being recognized. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Okay, Ten of Cups, family, organization. I really feel like tomorrow goes off without a hitch as much as it can. You know, the experience is what you expect it to be. Tomorrow, whatever your plans are coming to fulfillment. The promises of God showing through. And Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. What is tomorrow going to look like for you? Ace of Cups. I mean, somebody showing you some genuine love. You might be going through some, like you might be feeling like a spirit of isolation or whatever that feels like. But I do feel like people are going to join in forces and surround you. And it might be people that you don't even expect it to be, like your teammates or your co-workers or your colleagues, right? There's this feeling of belongingness, even if you like, you know, estranged in some way, shape, or form. Let me read it, girl. What is that? They be watching me, huh? What are you talking about? People crazy on the internet. Either way it go, Seven of Pentacles energy is out here. What I want to say overall is slow and steady wins the race. That's been coming up a lot collectively. Um, Page of Cups for Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Somebody coming in with an apology or trying to make you feel young or like a kid, and that's something that you don't have to tolerate or stand for. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Something about showboating, being seen. This type of energy. Was it Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo? Ten of Cups. That's promises of God coming through, fulfillment. And then was this Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Ace of Cups. I mean, somebody really like wrapping their arms around you and showing you some type of love. And where you felt like you might have been by yourself in it or having to do stuff alone, there's a lot of team effort, collective connection, this type of energy. Seven of Pentacles energy is in reverse. Nine of Wands. Seven of Pentacles is like, um, I heard formation. Seven of Pentacles is like, um, going through the routine, right? Every day, getting up every day, doing what you do. Seven of Pentacles is in reverse, right? Nine of Wands. So a lot overall, a lot of overall energy and like breaking. Even if you aren't really going to go out and about, you're really going to do a lot of things that help you to restore and like refresh your energy. Seven of Pentacles in reverse, outside of your routine, right? And so that feels lovely. I'm happy for you, right? You really get to do some things that you've been meaning to do. Take some time to yourself. You might even receive a few gifts, which is going to be a beautiful experience. I am so grateful for you. I appreciate the time, the energy, the love, and support. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. If you're ever interested in getting a private and personal reading, you should check out my website. It's www.TarotOnDex.com. You can also use the link tree. The link tree is /TarotOnDex.com. I want y'all to get some rest in the morning. We're not going to do a daily check-in. We won't do a nightcap. Enjoy your family. Find something to be thankful for. Create something to be thankful for. And we'll see you again on the Black Friday. Until we meet again, be powerful on purpose, wholeness, infinite waters flowing through you.